for tuning in to Living on the Cheap and trying to figure out today, Monday, is a collaboration day. Woo! Collaborations! So today's collaboration is, what are your priority bill payments? I believe that's the title. I really hope so. Anyways, it's been a long weekend and I apologize if I feel airheaded, lightheaded, both at the same time. Anyhow, so right off the top, housing. Number one, housing is the most important thing. So we are mortgage free here. We're very lucky in that way. Our electrical and our hydro, what we've done is we pay a lump sum for the year, and then we get monthly bills that show us what we've paid and what we've used. So come at the end of the year, either we'll have to pay more or pay a refund, and then we will adjust what we need to for the per month for the next year. And for us, that works out really well. So we always pay those off, okay? Or not off, but we pay those, we get them settled so we don't have to worry about housing. The other thing besides housing is food. I pay cash only for groceries. So I always make sure that we have $500 in cash for groceries. And that's $500 a month for a family of 4. Here in Canada, our groceries are much more expensive than you Americans, and I'm quite envious sometimes when I watch American YouTubers out there with their, $50 haul or $50 groceries for the week for the family of 4. I couldn't do that. Not unless I'm eating up what's in my pantry or what's in my freezer. But otherwise, this house, we can't do that. Technically, we have 3 adults and a 12-year-old. But yeah, still, we go through groceries like crazy. So that's a priority for me, is to always make sure that there is housing and there is food. Clothing is kind of hit and miss. I haven't bought new clothing except for shoes. I go through shoes like crazy. And I'm only talking about runners. High heels I barely ever wear. I probably have 10-year-old heels or even older than that. I don't know. I try to go for a classic look when I buy heels and stuff like that, or dressy shoes. Just so that they will last me years and years and years, because I never really wear through them. But runners, I seem to, because I do run and or walk, I do a lot of walking, that I find I do wear them out and that the cushioning is gone in them. And that's when I find that my knees will hurt, my back will hurt and stuff. So I do need to, I buy new shoes almost between, let's say 4 months, every 4 months, anywhere between 3 and 6 months. It has been 5 months since I bought my last pair of shoes. No, 6. I bought them in December for Boxing Day. So it was 6 months. Yeah, so I try to, I never pay attention to the kilometers on them, because I do find they squish up pretty quickly after the first or second month. But I try to wear them out as long as I possibly can. And if I don't have any knee pain or back pain, I will keep wearing them. Once I start getting that, then I know it's time to get new shoes. Runners. The other things I make sure that I always pay off in full: the phone bill, the internet bill. Without the internet, I can't get these videos out to you guys. I also can't learn things, can't do my banking. So internet's really important in this house. Also, my daughter does all her homework on the internet and sends it all to the teacher that way. So we have to have internet. It's quite important for us. And then it goes down from that. So what I mean by it goes down, the priority then is minimum payments on my line of credit, because I'm working on a credit card right now. So minimum payments on the line of credit, minimum payments on the car, like not the car itself, but the gas. We've paid off our cars. So I try to have only $120 for gas per month, or sorry, per every 2 weeks. So I try not to go over that. If I go over that, I start walking more or parking further away and walking more. Try to do more trips in one outing. So like, I'm not going to do a lot of back and forth. I will go out. So like, shop at store A, shop at store B, shop at store C, and then come back. Or vice versa. I will not go to shop A, come home, shop B, come home, shop C, come home. It's just a waste of gas, so don't do that. With the car as well, I pay that in full for the car insurance. I find it's cheaper that way, and it only takes me a month or 2 to save up for it, so I know ahead of time when it's due. For instance, our car is due in September. Yeah, see, I do know, not really, but I know enough to know that, hey, it's going to be due, so I better start saving up now So I'll usually do that. And with my cash envelopes, I may take money out of the cash envelopes except for the groceries to save up for something as car insurance. Or house insurance. When the house insurance comes up yearly, I don't have a sinking fund for it. So what I do is I kind of take out the other cash envelopes that are not necessarily as important. Allowances. My daughter hasn't done her allowance in a while, so I haven't been paying her. So I take some money out of that one. My personal allowance, my husband's personal allowance, or our fund money, I will take that out so that we can pay for it. So there are ways around it, so that I'm not always freaking out about the money. So it goes by priority. The first priority is housing, food, then internet. Yeah, internet is actually above my car, quite honestly, because I've already paid the insurance in September, so I don't have to worry about the insurance, and I'm able to drive it, but I need to worry about the gas. So that's kind of lower down the list. And then after that, we start going into the cash monies, and that's off the top of my head, the transportation, so the car and bus passes for my daughter and myself. I don't have a bus pass or a monthly pass, but I have a card that I need to top off every once in a while. So I put $10 on it or something and use it as I need. After transportation, food should be listed first, but I just don't want to forget it. And then there is allowance for my daughter, for my husband, for me. Yes, we call it allowance. Then there's braces money and post-secondary classes, let's call it. She's not actually going to post-secondary school, but she's taking some classes. We're paying for it, and I know it's going to cost X amount every 3 months. So I'm putting money into it every month. It's not a necessary, because if I don't put money into it, I'll ask her when it's time, the 3 months are up, if she can pitch in $100 or $50 or whatever it is, and I'll pay the rest. So yeah, that's kind of how my cashing works out, and also a couple of sinking funds. I do have a sinking fund for the car, and what it is I'm putting more than just gas money into that envelope, so that if the car breaks down or if something comes up, and it does seem to happen often enough, that I have the money for it, or at least half the money for it. And if I dip into my emergency fund, the next payday I can pay back the emergency fund, and then again, the envelopes don't get filled as quickly. It'll be the following payday. But yeah, so that's how I do things. It's not the way everybody does things, and I understand that. Some people go a month ahead, and I don't understand that month ahead, because like my Visa bill is for the month before, which is weird. Not that I'm doing any purchases, but it's dated for the month before. The line of credit, same thing. It's dated for the month before, and this is what you're paying. So it's like, I don't understand how to pay ahead. Phone bills, it's for the month before. You're paying for what you've already used, which, again, I don't know how people get a month ahead. And that's just how I work. I also go by dates. We get paid every other week. So I write down all when the dates are due of the phone, the internet, that kind of thing. And so that I do pay them with the according payday. And so, we're only paying the phone once a month, but it only comes out of one payday, not the other. So sometimes we have a little bit more, and that goes to debt. Because on my budget, it shows me how much I'm supposed to be paying. And so the budget's for the month, and then it has the cash breakdowns for my envelopes for the month, and then it's divided by 2 to give me every other week what I should be putting into my envelopes, which is awesome. I love Excel. So yeah, that's how I do my breakdowns. That's how I prioritize. You let me know how you prioritize. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.